Yo, 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 yo. Fresh off the gym, so that's why I got my hat on. You know, I'm bald, sweat gets in my eye and everything else. So I wear my scully going to the gym. But I had a great meeting this morning with a wonderful lady from Nashville, and she presented me with a really good opportunity. Me and her will 50-50 JV on some deals. And she'll provide basically all the marketing. I just got to pick up the phone and call them. So really good opportunity. Be working on her list. Also, my list today, no bueno. Again, I said Friday would be better. Friday wasn't better. But it's another day of traction, another day on the grind, another day calling. So I count it as a success. Do you guys remember Donna? Donna was a lady who I had a really long conversation with, and me and her just connected on a really good level. Me and her have stayed in touch since that phone call. But here's the thing with her property. My buyer said that her property is worth about $550K. I had another buyer say it was $560, so it's around that amount. She has $650 worth of mortgages. She has a mortgage for, I don't feel like doing math right now, so don't quote me to these numbers. But she has a mortgage right now. Her main mortgage has about 400 or 360 on it. That's the mortgage that's for closing. She also has a 180K HELOC on it. Also, she has about a 130 a federal tax lien on it that she's been trying to get worked on for the past 4 years, but it hasn't worked. So I told her, I'm like, look, you know, I'm at the number you, and she also wants about 20K to walk away with just so she can start fresh. I told her, I was like, look, with the numbers being at what they are, I may not be your buyer. She said she had a few other people who were coming to look at the house. So I was like, you might want to go with them because I can't do anything with the property cash-wise. What I can do, though, is get on the phone with your mortgage company and try to negotiate a loan modification, right? So if we are able to take that, by the way, she's 140K in arrears. So it's too much to catch up arrears. If I can, get them to take the arrears and move them back to the loan, people will jump at that property for substitute because it's a nice property. And I already have a person who wants to move into it and live there. So I said, that's an option. Another option is to get on the phone with that mortgage company and see if they'll do a short sale. Neither option kind of was perfect for her. She's in a messed up situation. This auction is in 13 days, so it's rapidly approaching, so we might not have time for those two options. But she was talking about how she might just file bankruptcy just to allow herself more time, which is a good option and could give her a little buffer as well. She's a fabulous lady, fantastic lady. Me and her, like I said, we text about every day, just trying to get this whole thing figured out. She's dealing with some health issues right now, so just the whole world is crumbling on her and she just needs a friend. So sometimes, even though, this is a people business, this is not a transactional business. Houses are not transactional, unfortunately. As much as we'd like them to be, they're not. It's all about people, and people have needs, people have emotions, and I'm all about taking care of people and putting the person I'm working with in the best possible position, even if that's not working with me, right? I'm never the type to come in and be like, oh, you have to work with me, let's get this done. I'm like, look, here's the situation, here's what's going on. I might not be the best for you in this situation. So I, went over that with her, and we had just a great conversation. We stay in touch often. And we're going to see kind of what she ends up doing, because right now at the numbers, it doesn't make sense for me. I think there's upwards of $750K without putting any money in her pocket. That's just taking care of the HELOC, taking care of the loan, taking care of the tax lien, everything. And the property just simply isn't worth that. The property also needs, she said, about $100K worth of work. It's a big house. So that's why that number is so inflated. But that's what she quoted. I haven't seen any pictures of it, but judging by what she told me in that phone call, you can even go back to that phone call and hear everything that she was talking about. So she quoted that 100K. It's just the spread is upside down. It just doesn't make any sense for me as a wholesaler. So I told her that. I said, hey, this really doesn't work for me. But also, I want to keep the line of communication open with this lady. I don't know what's going on in her life, but I know that there's not too many people on the other end of the phone who are willing to listen to her, and I am. So we established that relationship pretty well, and I'm excited about it. I'm excited she's a great person. Just I love, talking with her. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Yeah, nothing happened today. I'm not even gonna edit the video and put it out there because just watch the video from yesterday. That's exactly what happened today. This weekend, what am I doing this weekend? Tomorrow, I'm finishing up on Friday, my foreclosure list is always the longest. I didn't get all the way through it today, so I'm gonna finish that up tomorrow. And then on Sunday, I'm probably gonna call some more. I know that the following weekend, I have a lot of things planned, so I won't be working as much next weekend, but I'm gonna take advantage of this weekend and try to get myself set up. I also, another thing, sorry, I just got a notification. Another thing there's a lady who texted me about 2 weeks ago. And I texted her like 2 months ago when she was in foreclosure and trying to buy her house. She's like, I'm saving it, no worries. She texted me about 2 weeks ago. She was like, hey, I'm ready to sell my house, 150K. I'm like, okay, 150K. So I look at it and I'm like, the numbers are tight. The brand new fresh comp on her street sold for 180. So there's really not a lot of room there if I get it for 150. So I offer her 100. She denied that. I said, look, the max I can do is 110. And she said no to that. About yesterday, I texted my buyer, because me and my buyer are pretty cool. I'm like, hey, I have this one property too. The spread's too tight for me, but if it makes sense for you, I'll just give you the lead. And he was like, yeah, send it over. So I sent it over. He goes, I would do 130 on it. I was like, okay, 130. So I sent it over to this lady. I'm like, hey, he said he'll do 130. I found somebody for you at 130. She was like, the lowest I can do is 140. Like, okay. So I told him, he goes, 140 is tight. Would she accept some terms? So it's like, I haven't had that. Now, this lady is so hard to get on the phone. She does not answer the phone. So I was like, yeah, I mean, I'll run it by her. And then if I can't get in contact with her, I'll just shoot you her information and y'all can handle it. Like, for me, there's some deals that aren't good and I value my relationship with my buyer. So if I know that I can't make any money, I'll just throw the deal over to my buyer, knowing that the next time I bring them a property and have a higher assignment fee, they'll have no problem paying it because I've looked out for them in the past. So that's kind of my thing. It's all a relationship business, and I really value relationships. But yeah, that's another thing I have cooking up. Remember I told y'all about one day I'm going to tell you the story about my biggest deal or biggest flop. I'm not ready to tell it yet because I still don't know exactly which way this is going to go. It's still in limbo. But when I tell it, that'll be a good story because there's one really meaningful lesson that I want to share while I tell that story. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to share that story when I find out what the hell is going on. But in the meantime, guys, I appreciate all the love, all the support, all the comments, even the negative ones. I love seeing the negative comments as well, just because it tickles me. But I really do appreciate all the love and support. One day I'm gonna sit in front of the camera and give individual shout outs, because there's about 5 people who deserve an individual shout out from me, because their love and support ever since I very first started YouTube. Now I only got like 400 something subscribers, so I'm not big by any means, but when I had 50 subscribers, they were still commenting. So there's some people that I definitely want to shout out. But that's what happened today. Nothing good. But tomorrow is another day. So on to the next.